Good morning, everybody.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
I'm well, and how about you all?
I'm good, thanks.
Nikki, you good too?
Yeah, not too bad.
It's good to hear. Well, I know I made decisions last night for the marketing area, but I think we have, based off of what I was looking at in the courier room, start kind of improving on some of this stuff. So maybe even increasing some of the production and increasing some of the TQM that might increase demand. But I was hoping, I saw Alex wrote something on the group, so I think he should be coming pretty quick, and kind of want to get his feedback for since he's financing things.
Yeah, also I made the decision for R&D.
What were some of your decisions, or what were some of your thoughts on that, Mohammed? I think he was dealing with his baby.
Yeah.
So Nikki, were you able to join the Zoom session on Wednesday when we were over at
Yeah,
were you able to hear anything?
I was late though. I could hear anything, but when he started to walk around, and because it was like you have two mics on, so like you can barely hear the guy that was talking.
Looks like Alex will be here anytime now.
Mm-hmm.
Start just running through some of this stuff, I think.
The remaining cannot make it. There's no reply from them.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Um, Either way, once we get done, I'll just go ahead and upload this video again to YouTube so that at least they can see it. And then at the end, if when we're talking, we can still say, unfortunately, we tried to. I mean, I don't know how we're gonna really want to put this. I don't know if you guys have really had much conversations with Lordana or Stoica, but we can say, you know, we at least every time we had a meeting, we recorded things, we let them know. So they at least still had an idea of what was going on within the group. And good morning, Alec. How you doing?
Good morning. I haven't had a chance to look at any of this stuff, but I've seen that we didn't have an emergency loan.
Emergency, I know. That was
It's a positive
Yeah.
step, even though everything else didn't look that great.
Finally.
well, I think that was because I think we're starting to catch up. So I think we're moving in the right direction now. I think that's why everything was so low. But yeah, no, that's the first thing I looked at. We have an emergency loan this week, and
Yeah,
Nope.
that's a big thing. Let's see. Yeah, and we have 12,000 in cash. So, good.
yep, I saw that.
Yeah, I was afraid we were gonna have an issue with it again with how low I could do the financing activities, but hopefully we'll be able to be more flexible now that we actually have a cash position.
Yes, that's kind of my thought. I mean, and that's a good thing too. You know, I've seen most everyone else had they were losing money or they had a smaller change in their cash position than we did. And so that just shows that whatever we're doing now, I think is working. And I think what we're doing right now is what is working.
Mm.
So
I definitely believe our approach this last round will lead to long-term benefits and shortening the gap between us and the rest of the teams.
So what I was talking about with Muhammad and Nikki was, I think we start putting, and so I didn't want to do any kind of major changes with money or anything until we got to talk to you, because, you know, you're the money guy. So I want to make sure we're not financing and, you know, want to be able to finance everything that we do. I don't want to go over budget at all. If we can go without those emergency loans, I think we'll be good. With that said, I think we need to put more money. I know Muhammad talked about doing 2 TQM areas, and I saw other people's TQMs, and they went all out. I don't think we do the same thing, but I think the areas that we hit before, I think we put more money into them than we did last time.
Okay.
So last time I think I did 5,000, maybe doing 10,000. Or are these in the millions? I don't. Well, either way, I mean,
No. Let's see. I think there's a way I could find out.
yeah, I think it's millions.
Yeah, it probably is. No, because normally in like real world stuff, it's in millions. Like it wouldn't be in thousands. But I don't see anything that necessarily states that. Not that it super matters. We're still on the same level as everybody else.
Okay, so what I'm going to do then is just put an extra 5. So total, it's going to be 10 million instead of 5 million
Yeah,
last
I think
time.
we're good. I think we're good with that because I have more flexibility with the financing side than I did last week than
Okay.
before.
Then the next question is going to be about the marketing, promotionals and sales. Not saying every other, because we're going to have to work out production. We're also gonna have to look at, R&D if we're gonna, what we want to do with that. But I think we put a little bit more money into maybe altogether looking at trying to do a little bit more in the marketing side to make the things more marketable. But I don't know, because as of right now, I haven't really changed the actual marketing budget. I've updated the decisions in regards to the pricing and forecasts. And I've upped everything by at least $1 or maybe $1.50 in some cases of the three. So those decisions have already been updated. And so whatever you guys are seeing this morning should be those numbers that I've updated for price. And I've tried to stay really conservative with our forecasts. So that way it's,
Right.
it's, stay within what we're actually going to make essentially. So I don't know what you guys are thought on increasing the sales budgets at all, or if we just want to leave them there and see how it works again, or if what we're doing is actually paying off. And then those last two rounds, maybe kind of jacking up things, kind of like doing sales in those last year or two. Or wait, we got like another 4 or 5, don't we? Because
Yeah,
didn't we have like 1 or 2 that last week this month? Maybe 3. Toll-free call. Which one of y'all is calling me from jail? All right, I can hear you guys again. All my stuff's Apple, so since my AirPods are connected to everything, whenever I get a call on my phone or whatever, it pops over to my
Just
phone.
shuts it
So,
off. Yeah,
yeah.
I know how that is.
So while nice, if I actually want to take the call, I mean, more often than not, I'm getting spam calls and crap.
Right.
Anyway, so like I was saying, I don't know what you guys' thoughts are. I don't want to just move on something and not be able to finance it, but at least I think we just raise the price, keep everything kind of the current levels, because then we'll see if that had an effect on price. We need like a constant, if we're doing like an experiment essentially. I don't want to change too many things and not know what thing is causing either the goodness or the badness essentially. Sorry, my words suck in the morning.
But
I don't know. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I've updated the TQM just to put the extra 5 million in there. The marketing numbers should already be updated from last night when I did my official decision. So whatever you guys are seeing for your numbers should be exactly, with the exception of that TQM, which I just updated. I guess we'll just go down the line, because I mean, finance, I think you just need to hear what we're talking about or what we want to do, and then go from there. So maybe Mohammed, do you want to talk about R&D?
Yeah, actually, I made decision for the 3 products. The high end, I get some trouble because it's gonna first time not work with the same year, 2027. Then I make it a little bit low for the size and performance. Then it's work, and all 3 products will sell in 2027.
Yeah, if it's already out there, that's probably matching the numbers for the finance section that I'm seeing. And it's looking good in that being able to do those changes and stuff. And that was before even doing any like short-term debt or long-term debt. So
Mm-hmm.
I think we have the flexibility to do that stuff.
Sorry, I'm just looking through the segments on the courier report too again. I really want to know what Baldwin, Digby, and Erie have in regard to their high-end market, because I really like to get us higher in that high-end market. Is there anything you're seeing that we can add? Because I can't remember now. So for R&D, that's just to add new products, or can that improve upon our existing products?
It's improvement on, I think, existing stuff.
So for the high end, Mohammed, is there anything we can tweak that we can? I mean, because as of right now, our potential and actual are almost dead even. So that's telling me that there's nothing we're really doing that is, shifting our potential market to be higher, similar to if you look at the courier on Ferris, their potential market is a lot higher than what they're actually doing. Whereas everybody else looks like us, where our actual market is just a touch higher or maybe even to what our potential market is. So now I don't know if that we just need to put more money to marketing, or if it's something we need to actually add to the product itself that will. Our customer awareness is pretty much on par with everybody else's for that high-end product.
Right. And I'm looking at the high-end segment specifically. It looks like the size is the thing that's limiting the customer sales, because you look at the top two, they're both 6.6.
Yeah.
And 6.8, and then with the performance
13 something.
Yeah, dog is like 2.9, 12.9, and we're 12.5. So we're not off there. So I'm thinking the size difference is where we're having customers see.
Mohammed, is there anything that we can do to affect the size this go around? Maybe start putting it down I don't know if we can go a full size lower, or if we can just do at least get down to 7. So take off that 0.5. And then what would that do to production and then financing of that production?
Right.
Okay, I will try to make it 7.
And if you can't go down to
And
7,
we're
maybe
gonna see.
seeing if you could do a little
Just
bit of the size and then a little bit of a performance boost.
Give a second.
I would say the two that I'd really like to look at, and this is just me, we can talk about it if it's we want to do something else, but the high end and the low end, tinkering with those specific products, because again, I really didn't care about traditional, but since it was selling well anyway, I mean, that's just
Right. You don't want to get rid of something that's just doing well, and you don't have to put a lot of money into changing it.
correct. So if we could look at those two, maybe Mohammed, the low end and the high end, just kind of tweak the performance of both, and then the size of both. Maybe less so with the low end, but the high end, if we can get that as jacked up as we can for performance, and then as small as we can for size within reason. I mean, again, I don't want to go into anything too crazy.
Yeah. Looks like size is also.
Yeah, for the low end, it's definitely size thing, and
right.
for the same thing as the
Age
Dell.
is a big difference to, well, except for Cedar. But their prices they're $1 cheaper. Higher performance, but still smaller size.
Give me like just 1 month behind. Like it was in November 27. Right now it's September 27.
Okay.
It's work. I didn't know about the finance and marketing. It's work also or not?
Let's see. Let me go out and back in.
Mohammed, for the when you're
Yeah.
able to change that, I know it, you said from November to September. Does that tell you what it does to the performance and then the size?
I changed just the size.
And what did you get that down to?
What?
Does it tell you how? So right now our current size for Atom is 7.5. Does it tell you what that goes down to at all? I suppose I could just go look myself too. So give me a second.
Yeah, I think it's what you move it down to 6.6 in official decisions. Is that where you put it? You saved it at
When I bought 7, it goes down to September.
September. Yeah, I don't see the changes in there. Have you saved it? I'm going back out again. I might have to log out and then go back in to see it, but. Decisions. Web.
Okay, so for Adam, we were at 12.5 and 7.5, and now it's 13.4. So it boosts that, and then 6.6.
No, right now it's 7. I changed it to 7.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to log out then, I think.
Yeah, I still see that. The 6.6 stuff.
Okay, I will. Let me just.
Oh, hold on a second. Let us log out and then log back in before you log out. Refresh a few times.
Yeah, it's kind of finicky with when you have multiple people in it. All right, I'm back in 10:26. That's probably that. Official decisions. RD. Oh, yep, there it is.
13.4 and
I see.
7.
Yep, that's what I see too. Is that right?
What do you see?
13.4 and 7 for Adam.
Yep.
Okay, sweet. We're good then.
What does that do for production, Nikki? How does that affect yours? Let's see here.
I don't think it's gonna.
So it looks like your scheduled production is 385.
Yeah, I haven't decision yet. I haven't calculated anything.
Well, I mean, I know yours is today. That's why I was hoping to get R&D in mine and TQM done earlier. But I think I like doing this, kind of working together with you guys more so and talking through things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Adam, I think I like Adam where it's sitting at. And the price of Adam is 38. Everybody else is selling Adam at, they're about 37.5, 13.4 and 7. So our size is bigger, and so I think we're gonna, if things hold up this way, I think we're gonna be good with Adam, at least in regards to the price and what we're selling. It's similar to what everybody else is selling. So I'm good with Adam. How are you guys? Are you guys all right with that?
Yeah, I think financing still looks good.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Can we talk about the low end segment, acre? Never mind. You looks like you did that one too. 16, 32. I'm good with low end. If you guys' numbers are still good, I'm good with low end. And I see you've now changed our traditional as well. I would almost say take whatever you can get with the traditional and put it into Adam. Because again, I don't see us with what we were doing. I don't see us really changing much of traditional. If people want traditional, they can have it, and it seems to be selling all right. but I want to put. I would want to put money into Adam or Acre, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Just kind of jigger with all of them a little bit and see if that gets us bigger return, or focus on a couple, or what are you guys' thoughts?
I don't think we need to put much into like the R&D part of that one, because when I'm looking at the perceptual map, it's in with
Yeah, we're still right with everybody else. I mean,
yeah, it's Acre that's just a little bit behind, which I think we just need to do the normal performance each round, and then probably take more off the size next round,
Mm-hmm.
so we can get it back into the where the customers want the product to be. But everything else it's headed in the right direction compared on that perceptual map.
Yoki, the next question I have is, we're selling our low end for $20.50. Should I go down to 1975? So basically take about $1.25 off, which will put us similar to what everybody else is kind of selling. Because I mean, if it's low end, we want to try to keep that thing cheap. And the only reason I had it kind of going higher was because I wanted to be able to make a little bit more from each individual unit sold. But now that we're kind of moving in the right direction, I think that's the one that we can kind of take down a little bit and hopefully see some of these sales improve more so.
Low end is Able, right?
Acre.
Acre. Oh, we have
Yeah.
plenty of inventory there, so we can definitely lower the prices.
Okay. Yeah. So right now I have it at 2050. I'm going to move it down to I'm just going to take $1 off and go 1950. Calculate that. That increases our potential benchmark to 1024. Before it was just a little under about 650. So 1024 is a benchmark prediction. I'm going to change my forecast to about 1,000 to be a little conservative, since we have inventory in stock yet too.
Yeah, I think that's a good price to be at, because we're at the top of the low end market at the price for last.
We were
time.
definitely.
So keep moving it up just 50 cents or whatever from last time will probably put us in that lower, more of the average price, and hopefully increase the sales.
Nope, looks like we lost Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
She's hard at work on the production side of things. And again, I liked Able where it was at, so Acre and Adam is kind of my things I was looking at. So I'm pretty happy with where we're at, and I think that's not like a huge change that's going to cause us not be able to understand where things have went astray or went well. So
I think at this point we can make little tweaks as we go and try to irk out as much sales as we can get, and just try to finish out in these last like few rounds and try to do the best we can with what we have left.
definitely, it'd be nice to be able to see if our if we can get our market share or stock higher. But as long as we're not in the negative and we're continuing to trend upwards and not take out any emergency loans, I think we're sitting pretty.
Uh-huh.
Cool. So I am good with my stuff where I think we're sitting at. R&D, I think you're good looking on the side of things. TQM, like I said, I increased those to 10 million altogether. So that should help with the demand, as well as some of the some minor things with administrative costs, material costs. So now it looks like human resource, finance, and production kind of be to, I don't remember who's doing each of those, but I think production, human resources, I think is the next one that we need to kind of talk through, since those kind of go together.
Yeah, for human resources, I upped the recruiting spend and kept the training hours the same, and we're at 0% overtime right now. We had 0.1% last year, so that was it was okay, and we still were able to do stuff.
What does it look like if you increased your wages?
I can't affect any of that stuff. I'm not sure how it actually does that. Let's see, because it's a contract, I guess. That actually, I'm not in the budget for the worker. The higher the budget, the better the worker. Yeah, I don't know how the labor negotiations are done. I think it may be set just based in the simulation, because I can't do, like, when, no matter what I change on it, it doesn't change those hourly wages.
Yeah, I see that.
The recruiting spend will affect the productivity. So since we have the cash to do it, I'm going to put the same amount that I did in the first round with it in it of 2,000, and kept the training hours the same, so we can get higher production out of our employees that we have. And there's not really much more to the human resources side of it.
Yeah, I'm just reading some of the stuff. What about increasing training?
Like the hours?
Yeah, just by maybe like minimal, like just increase it like 25 instead of the 20. I mean, because I know that's it's 20 hours per worker per hour, but that could help our overall, because I don't know how improved training improves morale, which could possibly improve. I mean, usually it would improve the overall work that they're doing, but I don't know if that's the same in this simulation or not. Because I mean, it says training provides a higher productivity index and lower turnover rate. So if they're more productive, wouldn't that ease production a little bit? Or I don't know. There are so many little cogs to this little game that it's hard to yeah, no, I'd say just keep it at that. Just keep it at 20. If something changes, then we can probably go from there later on. All right, production. Let's see here.
And I just realized I was muted. But I raised the hours to 25 and then it added to the overtime. So I think that's 20 is like the balance of keeping the difference between the two.
Yeah, because when I was reading that thing, it said something about it takes somebody off of that their production and it has to put somebody else in there. So that must be the overtime people then. Nikki, what are your thoughts on decreasing production on acre? I mean, because that's going to leave us with 1.3 thousand units after, whereas the other two, Abel and Adam, both are only going to have like, in the hundreds.
Yeah.
So I don't know why we'd want to produce more. And still, I mean, because we're going to produce 1,400. And then after we get done with production and with all the sales, we're still going to have 1,300 on hand. So I mean,
Okay. Yeah, I would do that.
yeah, that would be the one I'd probably tweak out of the three, because the other two at least leave us with a couple hundred on hand.
Mm.
Physical plant. The other thing I would look at too, and this is just me on this, is for Adam, our high-end unit, increasing the automation rating. Right now it's at 6.5. I mean, since that's our high-end one, I don't know if we want to invest in that a little bit. And I don't know if we can invest in that.
I wanted to the last round, that's why, but we didn't have enough money to
cash.
do that. But this round, I bet.
Yeah, we're good this round. You can do those changes.
Yeah. So maybe put it like to 8. What do you guys think? For the high end, because it will improve the qualities and.
I like it as long as we have the money, or we at least figure out where that money's coming from. And that's going to be an Alec question on that one.
I mean, based on what I'm looking at now, we should be able to have that flexibility to do it. You can go ahead and enter it and save it, and then I can get some updated numbers.
Oh yeah, I suppose we could. Suppose we could just do that as well.
But I don't think it's gonna, like, I'm sitting with the estimates right now. It's like 12,000 in cash going into next year.
All right, Alex, I changed around some of the numbers in the sales and promo budget. I didn't add anything, but what I'm about to do is I took some from Able and put it into Acre and Adam. So whatever I took from Able, I just kind of switched around to the other ones. I just want to make sure that what I'm about to put in here doesn't really, or there's nothing that changed that should have done anything to you. There should be nothing that I basically took from Paul to pay Peter, essentially. But just want to make sure I updated everything. Make sure nothing's changed on yours or nothing. I didn't add anything is what I'm trying to say. And so it shouldn't have changed. I want to, that's what I'm trying to make sure nothing changed on your end.
Did you save it just now?
Yeah, I just did.
Okay, I'm gonna log back in. We're still looking good.
And like I said, it shouldn't have done anything because I just took from one and put it into the other. But
Nikki, did you update your stuff too?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what the difference is then. But we're still the money's still there to do it, so we're still good there. I'm not even like I'm doing a little bit of financing, and I have flexibility there to cover stuff that we need. So I think we'll be fine.
sweet. Well, I mean, I think that is essentially all of the decisions, actually. I mean, unless there's something else you have to do in the finance area, but
No, not really. Let's see. I may end up making some adjustments as I think through stuff, but I think ultimately I can do what I need to do to make it work, and I still have flexibility to finance everything.
have we sold any bonds by chance yet?
Like
I don't
issued
think we-
long-term debt or what?
Yeah, just something
Yeah,
that we
I've issued some long-term debt over the course of it
okay.
to try to get us back to
Yeah.
have a cash flow of some sort. We have some coming due this year, but I believe we'll be fine. Cash here. It'd be really nice to get the stock price to go up so I could switch
Mhm.
from issuing debt to issuing more stock. But we'll have to have a good year next year to see any increase in that.
Oh yeah, and that's something you really can't change.
Yeah, I can't do anything about it. It's just based on our performance compared to the market.
Well, with improving the product and changing some of the prices on the product, I think
The fact I had to issue so much long-term debt and current debt and early on, that kind of put us behind too. So as I'm not having to do as much, that'll also help us stock price wise.
so maybe from here on out, we just continue to try to improve the product, raise the price a little bit. I mean, if we can put more money into promotional stuff, I mean, I think that'll help out
Right.
too once we see. But it'll be good to see how improving the product changes from last year this coming year. So I think I'm pretty happy with what we have for decisions, unless there's other things you want to twinker with in finance. But I think the rest of everything else looks pretty good as of right now.
Yep, I think we're good to go in regards to everything. That doesn't just require me finagling and stuff, but we're like right now it's looking like a cash position at the beginning of the year we have 12,000, and then by the end of it we're estimated to have 9,000 in cash still sitting there, so a little bit less cash.
That's still a positive, though. I mean,
Yeah,
having
it's
cash is
still-
better than no.
We want to keep it flexible. But yeah, if I think we're good to go. If you guys are looking at anything more and see something, we can just text in the chat, and if it affects finance, I can hop on and take a look at it. But I
The
think
only
I'm
thing,
good with my stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and update this.
the only thing that I think I would like to do out of everything then is, if just kind of looking back at mine, is adding more money to the high-end marketing of trade shows. Right now I have 300, is that 300,000 or 300 million? I don't know, I have 300 in there, essentially increasing that and actually adding 200 more. So basically making it 500 instead of 300. And what that does for us is, for high end, it's a potential reach of, it's a very good. And since we're trying to keep high end kind of up there, seeing if that will actually, no, I'm going to leave it that way. We're going to just sell everything the way it is. Next time though, that's kind of what I'm looking at doing though, is adding more to that one. Since we've already did the production and everything, I don't, if that would raise our potential, that would also affect production, then affect something, you know, so I don't want to, I'm going back on my own.
Yeah.
What I said.
As long as we have a good cash position going into next year, I think we can do that. We just want to see and make sure that we're sitting okay right now, and then we can start being more aggressive in that area.
Yep. So
Uh-huh.
next round out, we'll look at doing that then. So I'm already got an itchy trigger finger. What can I say, guys? I'm just. All right. Well, unless you guys have anything else, I think we're good. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. And now this coming week, we have class, and then next week we have class, and then the following week after that, we don't have class, correct? Is that how it's working? Because we have, he's giving us that day to do the, that test, that major field exam, whatever.
Yeah, I know one day. I can't remember the exact dates. That sounds right though, because I think it was the end of April that he was.
Thought it was, the 28th, I think.
The 28th, it's the exam or the presentation?
Oh. I don't know. So it's either the 21st or the 28th is that day we have off, and then. Oh, it doesn't really matter right now, but I just thought if you guys knew off the top of your heads. Have any of you taken the exam yet?
No.
No,
Not
I
yet.
still need to get signed up for it and stuff. I've just been putting them off.
Yeah, I think I'm doing mine this coming Friday. It's either this Friday or next Friday, but I don't know. I have no real motivation since it's not really supposed to affect our grade or.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of work for something that's just not supposed to affect us at all. Like, I don't know why we don't just have like people come in and do it paper-wise, so we don't have to go through all this, but whatever the school wants to do, they'll do.
Yep. No, that's and I kept hearing him talk about, well, it could help you get jobs, but everybody I've talked to said, no, they don't. So good times. All right. Well, I suppose we're right at the hour, so don't want to keep you guys and take too much of your Saturdays. But if there's anything else, I'll make sure to keep I got to turn my notifications on my WhatsApp because I turned them off. And so sorry if I didn't see anything earlier, but I'll be there and have that on. And if anybody needs anything, I suppose we can get in touch with each other that way. And if we need to get face to face, we can quickly do that if need be. But I think we're good right now, at least in regards to this year.
Uh-huh.
Yep, I agree.
I think next week we want to start taking a look at maybe our paper that we're gonna have to start doing too. So not only talking about decisions, but start kind of at least talking about that paper and presentation, start getting that stuff going. So anyway, I think I'm happy. So if there's anything else, I suppose I will see you guys later this week or see you in chat.
Yep. Have a good weekend.
You too.
See
Thank you, guys.
you.
See ya.